Hello everybody, welcome to the Tube. So much going on. Here's our lineup. Huge weekend for Israeli startups. We have all the details. Huge weekend for virtual reality in Israel and more details. All you online cheaters out there, hackers know who you are. Still want to expose yourselves? Well, a new social network has no filters. And Eli Roth, horror master, takes his scare tactics online. It's gonna be huge. So let's hit the road with a news flash about the great weekend the Israeli tech just had. Let's do it. Top story of the moment. Microsoft has reportedly acquired an Israeli data security firm named Adalom for $320 million. The news comes from both Kalkalist and Globes, two Israeli business publications. According to the reports, Microsoft is also going to open a cybersecurity operation here in Israel. Adalom's main mission is securing data stored in the cloud and seems to focus on enterprise solutions ahead of consumer-facing products. Well, hooray for them. Facebook, on the other hand, bought an Israeli maker of computer vision tech called Pebbles Interfaces. Neither side disclosed details on the deal, but reports put the figures at $60 million. Pebbles technology uses custom optic sensor systems and algorithms to detect and track hand movements. Most importantly, it lets users see their own hands in their field of virtual reality vision. Facebook bought Pebbles through its Oculus VR division. It's VR, we love it. Magic Leap, controlled by Roni Abowitz, the son of Israeli immigrants to the United States, is coming to Israel and will open an R&D center near Tel Aviv. The company, heavily funded by Google, is developing advanced augmented reality technology. It raised a total of $600 million. The clip you are watching now is the only clip Magic Leap released in March 2015, showing the company's capabilities. It already won 2.5 million viewings on YouTube. It's gonna be big. Back to Microsoft, the company also bought IT company Field One, which was funded and led by Shlomo Boim for $39 million. The company is based these days in New Jersey, but is being managed by Israelis. Shlomo himself is a Satmar Hasid, a sect fiercely opposed to Zionism. The company is a global provider of field service management, which is, of course, a big deal for multi-international companies. Big enough for Microsoft at least. Whew, well, that was one of the biggest weekends in Israeli tech history. But what does it all say about the startup nation? Are Israeli startups selling themselves too cheap? Well, let's check out the big winners of the weekend, Adalom, before we dig deeper.
Adalom Labs is the leading research center for SaaS security. We are the only team that have actually found and prevented attacks in the wild.
Here in Tel Aviv, in our R&D headquarters, we've assembled a team with 4 major skill sets: national cyber security experience and expertise, machine learning algorithms, big data processing, and of course, forensics. There are 2 main key challenges for organizations dealing with security. The first one is to hire skilled people. The second one is prioritizing security threats and understanding which ones need to be dealt with immediately. And that is why we formed the Adalom Labs.
We collaborate with top cloud and security groups like Microsoft and Salesforce, and we analyze data from both internal and external intelligence feeds.
Attacks in the SaaS world are fundamentally different from on-premise attacks. They are much faster and directed at the users instead of the company's network.
With us in the studio is our very own startup exit, Yaron Tenbring. Good evening.
Good evening.
So it sounds to me like a very good weekend for Israeli tech. I have a feeling you're going to say the opposite, though.
Yeah, quite. I mean, of course, it always sounds good when Israeli startups get bought by huge multinational tech giants. We're always very proud of it. We're always very happy of it because of it. But if you look deeper into the situation in the Israeli startup scene, kind of worrying trend is developing, and the trend is sell yourself to a big, gigantic tech company, preferably from the US, and do it, you know, the moment the offer arrives. You don't see many Israeli startups trying to grow into huge companies. You're really seeing this movement of people who just want to be part of Facebook, Google, Apple, Microsoft. They want to work there.
Which is bad for the Israeli economy?
It's mainly bad for the Israeli tech scene, because if these huge giants kind of swallow the Israeli startup scene, then the Israeli startup scene is not generating enough workplaces. It's not generating enough money for the Israeli economy. So on the long run, in the long term, it's not necessarily a good development that startups are selling right
Let's
now.
be specific. Let's talk about Adalom.
Yeah.
Why is it wrong that they cashed out on their invention?
Well, you know, it's not wrong. They got a lot of money for it. $320 million is a very respectable exit. The problem is, it's not even a problem, but Adalom is a great data security company. They're a big company already. They have contracts with big media networks, with they have a big contract with Microsoft that bought them. And they were growing. They were still growing. And they could have become like the next checkpoint, let's say. But instead, they prefer to be under Microsoft's umbrella. Now, it's probably good for the company. I'm not sure if it's good for the investors in the company. I'm not sure if it's good for the founders of the company. And for sure, it's not good for Israeli tech, because Israeli tech could have had another checkpoint, but instead of that, now it has a subsidiary of Microsoft.
Well, let's talk about the VR, AR action going on here. What are Magic Leap and Facebook looking for here in Israel?
Well, basically, Israel is an empire of sensors. The very early development of Microsoft Kinect happened here in Israel, and the special thing about Kinect, which is crucial for virtual reality and augmented reality, is sensors that help the computer know where in the room you are. Because if you don't have that, then virtual reality is just a 360-degree screen. But if you can actually interact with virtual objects in your area, which means that the system has to know to put it on your table. So it has to know where the table is and that it is a table. And here in Israel, you've got a lot of startups that are developing just that, very specifically. They come out of the army, where they developed similar projects for the army, and they're putting everything they know into the private sector now, and developing really amazing ways to help computers navigate us inside a virtual reality or augmented reality environment. So you'll see them flocking more and more into Israel, looking for the brains.
And now let's talk about the R&D. Israel has become a #1 location for R&D centers for the tech giants. Is that something problematic as well?
Yes, it is. I mean, of course, it's great that Apple and Microsoft and every possible big tech corporation in the world now has an R&D center here in Israel. Research and development is crucial for these huge tech giants. Again, the local scene, the Israeli startup scene, is not earning a lot from that, because the workforce, the brilliant people who actually do all that R&D, are now working for these giants and are not developing their own startups, are not part of other startups. So it means the best manpower now goes to these R&D centers, most of it, a lot of it, and less brilliant startups. That's the bottom line.
Okay. Well, thank you for the critical point of view.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. Moving on to a story that I hope Yaron has nothing to do with. Oh no, hackers have stolen and leaked personal information from online cheating site Ashley Madison, an international dating site with the tagline, "Life is short, have an affair." The site, which encourages married users to cheat on their spouses and advertises 37 million members, had its data hacked by a group calling itself the Impact Team. The team is attempting to extort Ashley Madison to shut down, threatening to release all customer records, including profiles with all the customers' secret sexual fantasies and matching credit card transactions, real names and addresses, employee documents, and emails. Just as a reminder, that's what an Ashley Madison commercial looks like.
AshleyMadison.com, bringing your marriage back to life.
Wow, yeah, I haven't seen that commercial for a while. So, people who have cheated, do you want to know what they want, Ashley Madison? Yeah, well, what they want is to be taken, that Ashley Madison be taken offline in all forms. So, that's a lesson for all of you out there. Life is short. Do not cheat online, where anybody can hack and, you know, make you pay for what you did. Now, authenticity is in short supply online. You know, that's what video maker Casey Neistat says, with a new social media forcing us to present overstyled and over-perfect versions of ourselves to the world. Neistat thinks he has the answer, though. He's built a new social media network named Beam. It's a social network that has 0 filters. In order to share a video, it will let you shoot only when your screen is covered. That way, you'll stay focused on what's happening instead of how good it looks on the screen. Beam offers no chance to review or edit videos. They're just sent straight to users' feeds, which are themselves minimalistic lists of recent uploads. Here's Neistat explaining how to use the new social app.
All other social apps, when you want to share a picture or video, you go like this. And instead of seeing the world with your eyes, you're seeing it through your phone. Or they work like this, where I'm staring at myself, making sure I look a certain way, and then when I stop recording, work like this, where I'm staring at myself, I get to scrutinize myself. That's just it. I'm not sharing the real me, I'm sharing a version of me. With Beam, we wanted to do something different. We wanted you to be able to maintain eye contact. We wanted you to be able to keep staring at the sunset. And we wanted you to keep watching the rock concert while still letting you share. So, this is what sharing on Beam looks like. There's no staring at the phone. You just hold it to your chest and it records, and then it's posted. That's it. There's no preview, there's no review, and there's never a need to look at your phone. If you want to do a selfie, you just stick it against the wall.
Yeah, on the one side, stay real, you guys. On the other side, it's never gonna work. Eli Roth is murdering a bunch of people, and you can watch via Snapchat. The director of the hit franchise Hostel is hosting a group of Vine, Twitter, and Instagram stars at a mansion today in support of his digital network Crypt TV before killing them off in increasingly innovative ways. The evening will center on a number of social media influencers with extensive followings. As part of the event, they are invited to a party at a mansion where they will be killed off one by one. After the party ends and the bodies finish piling up, viewers will have 24 hours to scan through Crypt TV Snapchat for clues to find the killer before the evidence vanishes. is. Roth is producing the live show for his new digital network called Crypt TV. Here is the network's promo. It looks cool.
Even though there's tons of people in this world born a little different, just like me, today I'm super psyched because I get to meet one personally.
There's a certain scream that you hear where you know someone's life is in danger.
Okay, well, that's it for today's show. Thank you very much for watching. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show of The Tube. Log on to our website at 24news.tv. But we're not going to leave you with me. We're going to leave you with cats. How many cats? Not just one. Take a look.